really feeling good about playing at home, taking advantage of the home court.
Glimpse of professional basketball from Smith. Just an amazing story we have here, Clark. Here is someone who has had to scrap and fight every bit of the way, but now he's made it on his own to an NBA floor.
You know, he got passed over by all 30 NBA teams during the draft, but he stuck with his dream, and now here he is. I mean, let's hope he can make the best of it.
On the court from Milwaukee here in the second. And that's the very first basket right there, folks, of what is hopefully a very long and a very prosperous career from Smith.
First of many, I would expect, Kevin. He's going to be piling up points for many years to come.
Guys, no reason to think otherwise. I mean, everything we know and everything we've seen from this guy so far point to an illustrious career.
Well, the Miami Heat, since the Big Three assembled, have been a polarizing team. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. Either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and have become just a huge draw around the NBA.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Knocks down the three ball. Smith's got 5 now. Smith sure seems to have hit the ground running. Miami trailing. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Chalmers passes to Napier.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them.
It hasn't taken him long to get into that great rhythm at the line tonight.
Yeah, he looks very comfortable up there.
And, guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
And both free throws good for Napier.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Passes to Smith. He feeds it to Walters. The dish now to Antetokounmpo. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. There's the bucket. Good.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
And Chalmers kicks to Napier. Launches it. Kept alive. Back to Chalmers. Right wing. Anderson dishes to Chalmers. Pass to Napier. They set the pick. Granger outside. A three-pointer is right on target. Granger's got the lead up to 1 now for the Heat.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And a new group in for the Heat. Chris Bosh is checked in for Anderson. Haslam comes in for Josh McRoberts. Luol Deng is checked in for Danny Granger. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Napier. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Larry Sanders is checked in for John Henson. Chris Middleton comes in for Ilyasova. O.J. Mayo is checked in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Marshall in for Walters.
Well, you know, Chris Middleton, an isolation scorer back at Texas A&M during his college days, now is becoming more of an off-the-ball scorer. Got a solid mid-range game and getting it done inside and out.
Dishes to Dang. That drops. Dang's got his first bucket of the night.
The lead changes hands once again. There has been no separation between these two teams tonight.
What an intriguing basketball game, that's for sure.
Middleton the pass to Smith. And it's blocked by Dang. And Chalmers with a clear path to the hoop. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, as you know, Luol Deng, the glue of the Chicago Bulls, was traded away in his 10th season with the team. Coach Tom Thibodeau thanked him for everything he'd done, saying, quote, "You couldn't ask anything more of a player. Practice hard, be a great leader, play for the team, be selfless. Whatever I asked him to do, he did. He embodied what we stand for." Quite a compliment, Kevin.
He'll be missed in Chicago. Thanks, Doris. And Middleton, not an elite athlete, a little tougher creating his own shot perhaps at the NBA level.
Yeah, but it's 6'8" with that nice high release, great touch. I think he has some versatility in that regard, but it's all about efficiency. And with time, he may look to be more aggressive.
Here's Dang. The rebound by the Bucks. Middleton's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Smith with it, and Bosch picks him up defensively. The 8-footer. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. The Heat leading by 5. Here's Dang. The kick out to Bosch. A 3-ball. The basket good off the assist from Wade. And it's 7 points for Chris Bosch.
Well, they've really cranked up the intensity, tracking down those loose cannons, stacking up second chance buckets.
And a tight game here as we end the first half. It's the Heat as they end the second quarter with a massive 16-7 run. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. A nice chunk of our offense in the first half came from the low post. And one thing that should definitely do for us in the third quarter is open things up on the perimeter. We should have a lot of room to operate outside. I did like the scoring punch we got off the bench. That heated things up for us when we had to have a little something extra. And guys, I don't want too many of us under the glass at the defensive end.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter start. Danny Granger, he's checked in for Udonis Haslem. Bucks trail by 9. Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. Granger at the 4 with Bosch in the middle. And it's Dang in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Mayo kicks to Middleton. 6 to shoot. Puts up the baby hook. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
The Bucks have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. No good on the free throws. Smith checked in for Milwaukee. Nate Walters comes in for Knight. And he's good on the second. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Wade with it, working on Smith. And now it's a double-digit lead. And that's 10 points for Wade.
You know, one thing you have to give Coach Eric Spoelstra credit for is he's not wedded to just one approach. I like his ability to be flexible. You remember after the 2011 finals, for example, he really went back to the drawing board and changed Miami's offense to their small ball approach, but also wanted to get LeBron inside more. The result has been a couple of championship rings.
Bosch, the screen. In the corner, Granger with it. Dang, a screen on Smith, and it's Wade penetrating. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, for Dwayne Wade, he's an athlete who's grown accustomed to having his personal life and his public life intersect. But he's found a way to turn that into a positive.
Dialed in from long range. I like it.
Gumbo's checked in for Milwaukee. Miami. A different look for Milwaukee. Miami's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. On the court for the Bucks. Inside, it's Ilyasova and Pachulia. Kendall Marshall out there with Jared Bayless. And it's Smith in at small forward. And Wade, generous, sharing his experiences for sure. Steve, he even released a training app for smartphones last season.
You know, I used it, Kevin. I ended up dominating my old man league in San Diego. So I'm really grateful to Dwayne for his generosity.
The Heat shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. And so it's Miami winning this one. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us.
The bad news is you played like a fifth-year-old rec league bum, and we lost the game. You're supposed to ask what the good news is.
What's the good news?
Good news is I don't think it's possible for you to play any worse.
Is this supposed to be making me feel better?
Nah, man. It's supposed to make you understand that it ain't just you. We all got work to do if we're gonna be something special this year. So put it behind you, learn from it, and move on. Cool?
Well, maybe if I got the ball in my spots where I could do something with it, we would have won the game and we wouldn't be having this conversation.
And this league never get too high or too low, and you might survive. Turn on your teammates, man, you'll be gone before you know it.
Now introducing your Orlando Magic. Starting at point guard, 6 feet 4 inches, number 4, Alfred.
Live from Orlando, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Magic at Amway Center. The Bucks will end the road trip here before heading back to Milwaukee. For the Orlando Magic, they come into this one following a loss to the Grizzlies.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things only got worse.
Mo Harkless and Tobias Harris, the forwards. Payton is out there with Ben Gordon, and it's Vucevic in at the center position. That's who's out there for Orlando.
John Henson, a 6'11 rim protector, was a beanpole coming into the league, but he's managed to bulk up over the last couple of seasons, and that's really helped him to hold his ground on the inside. He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Walters dishes to Antetokounmpo. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. The drive by Smith. There's the bucket. Good. Smith's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the Bucks.
And for Henson, offensively, best around the rim. He's tried to develop his face-up game, but he hasn't had a whole lot of success once he steps outside the paint.
Payton passes to Vucevic. And the layup's good off the glass. Vucevic has got 6. Bucks leading by 6. And Walters kicks to Smith. Orlando grabs the miss. And Henson Clark, an excellent offensive rebounder, reason enough to keep him close to the rim on offense.
And Kevin, I think he's really deceptive too. Even though he's right-handed, he actually prefers finishing with his left hand. I think that throws defenders off balance a bit.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Giannis Antetokounmpo's guard skills belie his height, which is approaching 7 feet. Coach Jason Kidd said he's literally growing. When you see him in the open court, that's where he's at his best. He reminds me of a Scottie Pippen, kind of a magic guy who can find the open teammate. He's very comfortable with the ball in his hands. Guys?
He's got the length factor to be sure. Thanks, Doris. The Bucks making a switch here. Sanders is checked in.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard. And
get it! Watch out now. I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. If he just let him go, who cares?
Here's Antetokounmpo, defended by Harkless. 5 to shoot. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. The Magic trail by 5. Orlando making some changes. Gordon comes in for Harris. And it's Victor. And that concludes the first half. Bucks lead by 6.
Gentlemen, I'm here with Brandon Knight. And Brandon, how do you break down this game so far and what you guys need to do in the second half?
We're moving the ball really well.
Okay, good job battling them out there. Let's talk about some crucial areas from the first half. Our passing has been very...
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close...
Wake up, son. You're in.
Oh, it's time to ball.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. On the court for the Bucks. Up front, it's Henson and Sanders. Knight and Mayo man the backcourt. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. Mayo dishing to Knight. Clock at 6. And stolen by Payton. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Banked in off the glass. Payton's got 7 points.
And this offense needed that one after 4 half.
The Bucks making a change here. Smith is checked in.
Over these last 10 games on the Magic schedule, this is how they stack up right here. 6th in blocks, 9th in rebounding, and they're in the top half of the league in getting steals as well. Not bad, but could be better.
And this is a team that really relies on those blocks that you talked about, Clark, because when they're at their best, they're really challenging every shot. They cover up, they close out on jump shooters, and if you penetrate and get to the rim, they've got a host of shot blockers there waiting for you.
Vucevic is really a very capable mid-range jump shooter, but his post repertoire is still a work in progress, very much so, with his size and touch. You'd really like to see him develop that back-to-the-basket game.
You guys were talking about Vucevic developing inside. Steve, there's also some work to do defensively.
Yeah, still a bit foul-prone. He's got to follow the Roy Hibbert school of defense, remaining vertical, walling off the rim, and avoiding those fouls.
And it's Gordon penetrating. Pass to Payton. Now the feed to Harris. Shot clock at 6. Shot is off.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Here's Middleton, guarded by Harris. It's stolen by Harris. Oladipo, the pass to Payton. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And it's Vucevic missing. For the Milwaukee Bucks, they come in off the loss to the Heat in Miami.
And it's hard to point out anything that they did well in that loss. I mean, the game never got out of hand, but they were pretty shaky across the board.
And, Steve, you know how optimistic and positive I am, and I had a tough time finding anything positive either. I mean, my goodness, they did keep it somewhat close. I guess that's the best I can say at this point.
Well, what's the old saying? If you can't say something nice about someone, don't say anything at all.
Bucks leading by 8. Knight kicks to Smith. Shoots a 3. Smith missing again.
He slipped into quite a funk here, Clark.
I think that's a good word to describe it. I mean, the basket is looking awfully small to him at the moment.
Payton outside. Kicks it to Gordon. Back to Payton. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Vucevic. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Vucevic has got 12.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Kept alive. That drops. 23 points for Larry Sanders.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Picked by Vucevic. Payton kicks to Oladipo. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
But there was some style there, Kev. It was a pretty sweet one-handed flush.
Smith dishes to Middleton. Back to Smith. Feeds it to Sanders. Here's Middleton. Bangs home the trifecta. Middleton's got 6.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
It's Oladipo on the wing. Covered by Smith. Oladipo misses.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
And Henson kicks to Sanders. It's taken away by Payton. Dishes it to Harris. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
Yeah, you got to love the energy they're bringing. As soon as they got their hands on the ball, everybody got out and ran.
It's stolen by Vucevic. Oladipo, the pass to Payton. And they double up Payton. Vucevic a screen on Knight. Payton dishes to Harris. He kicks it to Oladipo. The 3. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night.
And he had 1 in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Knight kicks to Smith. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And you could tell he was nervous in his first game. Didn't exactly wow anybody watching. And, of course, his team lost as well.
Well, he's got a lot to work on if he's going to stick in the league. And the fact the team struggled certainly will make it a little harder for him.
Maurice Harkless is checked in for the Magic. Gordon comes in for Peyton. Milwaukee also making some changes. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. Mayo comes in for Henson. And Nate Walters subbed in for Brandon Knight. And the Bucks making a change here.
Need more than that, son.
Doing what I can, Coach.
And so it's Orlando winning this one. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
And now, down to Doris Burke, who is courtside, standing by with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Well, Nick, a terrific team win and certainly a great performance for you.